welcome
to episode 243 of Doctor Who Time and Space, a weekly Doctor Who podcast starring me, Lewis Moon.
and me, Dr. Cool.
Yes, and once again, we're broadcasting out on YouTube and Podomatic on what is our Christmas special.
Wowza.
Joy to the world, the King is born. Let Earth receive his gifts. In fact, one of those said gifts is Doctor Who Time and Space.
So what will people be unwrapping today?
So people will be unwrapping a little preview to the Doctor Who Christmas special, Twice Upon a Time, which is only a mere 2 days away.
2 days ago. You've obviously still not got rid of your cough properly.
I haven't got rid of my cough properly, but I'm slightly more,
You're less coffee than you were
than
on Wednesday. We did last week's podcast.
I suppose you could say that, yeah.
We've also be giving our thoughts on the last of the Matt Smith episodes, Time of the Doctor.
We shall be giving our favourite and least favourite Christmas specials, as well as discussing some possibilities about what could occur in future Christmas episodes.
Fantastic.
Yes. Yes. You may have heard the thing.
We'll be giving some news, I guess.
Of course,
News as well.
I forgot about that. You may have heard it go silent for about 1 or 2 seconds earlier on because I was panicking because we were on YouTube and I accidentally flicked it to the... Well, no, I didn't flick it, but it automatically went on to this, the video section.
So you would have got seconds of our face.
You would have.
Our faces, actually. We have more than one face because we didn't share a body.
Imagine if we shared a body.
It would be interesting.
That would be interesting.
So, what do we have? We're going to kick off with... Are we going to go straight into... Are we going to have what we did last week?
Yes, let's do what we did last week.
So, what did you do last week?
What should I say? Should I say since last Saturday or since Wednesday?
Yeah, since you last reported on it. We didn't really do what we did last week on Wednesday because we were short on time, weren't we? So, what did we do? What did we do? What did you do then? Since whenever?
I've been watching a few Christmas specials.
Okay.
Now, I've been watching a few more. I've sort of binged a couple over the last week. I actually watched a Doctor Who's episode last Saturday, I believe it was.
Yeah.
When we weren't doing the show. So I thought I'd still get my dose of Doctor Who stuff as well as watching the 10th Planet for the necessary recording on the Wednesday.
Yeah.
I gave the Crimson Horror another go because I thought that's quite a light, entertaining Doctor Who story.
And it's one that we've done on the podcast before, isn't it?
It is one that we've done on the podcast.
Had it in the randomizer.
I don't really like to watch episodes that we haven't watched on the randomizer yet.
Yeah.
Because I like to until the day that we watch it on the podcast to wait for the excitement, Also, as it's the week leading up to Christmas, I've been rewatching a few of the old Doctor Who Christmas specials. I rewatched The Snowmen, which is another story featuring that same team, the 11th Doctor Clara in a different incarnation, if you like, in the Paternoster gang. And then I really enjoyed the last couple of nights of Christmas specials. We had Last Christmas, I think it was on Thursday, which we watched, which was our last year's Christmas review story.
And you've been watching these with your mum, haven't you? So I've not seen them. Some of them, one of them at least, I haven't seen.
Yes. Which one?
And the next one you probably mentioned.
Really?
End of Time.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I watched Last Christmas. That's my favourite Christmas special. Yesterday I watched a double dose. I watched the End of Time again, which I think is an episode which is very divisive. I always think of End of Time as a rather Marmite-y episode.
Yeah.
Because you either hate it or love it.
Yeah.
And I sort of really like that episode.
I think there's obviously bits in it that you can hate.
Oh, there's a lot that you can hate, yeah. And I do hate the sort of skeleton master thing.
Yeah.
I do hate that.
Okay.
And the OTT-ness of it.
Yeah, I've only really seen the OTT bits of it, so
it's really OTT.
Those bits a bit too much.
David Tennant's not his, usual self.
Yeah.
He's, a bit more like he is in Waters of Mars.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not a big lover of Tennant's Doctor, but I like the end of his career where I think the character became a lot darker.
And his acting's very good. Last night, I really enjoyed rewatching The Husbands of River Song. More than I've enjoyed it previously. I just think it's a really good episode.
Yeah, it's one of your favourites anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, I think...
Favourite Christmas episode?
No, it isn't. Surprisingly, a lot of people I've been hearing are saying that it's inside their top 5s and top 10 Peter Capaldi episodes.
Oh, really?
Now, we'll probably be creating a list in a couple of weeks of our favourite Capaldi episodes.
Yeah.
However, it surprises me that so many people liked it, but I like it because it's got a mix of comedy, and I think you can see Peter Capaldi and Alex Kingston having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
In the episode.
I think at the time it was quite a surprise because we hadn't really seen Capaldi do comedy as a Doctor. No. He'd been a very sort of stern-faced, serious, grumpy Doctor.
That's true, and it's also got a mix of emotional stuff too. I think there's some really good emotional sequences, particularly the ending of this episode. Yeah. I think it's a wonderful ending.
Yeah, I was just thinking that this is the first show that we've ever done with a live audience.
Yes, true.
We've actually got 3 cats sat here all listening to the podcast.
True, yes.
Although it looks like they're all sleeping, but I don't think that's anything to do with
No.
I don't think that's anything to do with the quality of the podcast. So, anything else to report on that?
I haven't been listening to audios this week.
You haven't?
No.
I guess you've been busy, haven't you? With illness and then the run up to Christmas.
I just haven't had the chance to listen to audios. And last year I listened to Chimes of Midnight, and I've sort of not got any Christmas audios
of course, yeah.
To listen to. What have you been doing over the last sort of week or so?
Great deal of watching of things. Watched another one of the Ripper Street series I've been working my way through, and watched It's a Wonderful Life yesterday.
Really?
Last night, which is good. Nice build up to Christmas thing.
Yes.
But that's probably about it, I think, really. Which series of Ripper Street? Just started series 2.
Okay.
No, sorry, that's a lie. It was the last episode of series 1, and then the next episode started, and we turned it off because it was really getting tired.
Yes.
But we're on to series 2 now, effectively.
Yes.
I think that's a long time now. I think we've been talking about this for about 3 months.
Yes.
But,
yes.
There we have it. Shall we, on that note then, should we move on to the news?
We should move on to the news, yeah.
We should. I'm not sure where all my jingles are today, so let's see.
Jingles, it's Christmas.
We do, but we're getting low on battery, but let's have a look. This sounds like an in-between jingle, I think. To work.
Yep.
So,
it's Christmas, come on.
It is Christmas.
You gotta have. Yep. That's good.
Yeah. I like this. It's the great thing about when we do the live shows is everything is even more raggedy than normal.
It is, yes.
So news.
Yes.
What do we have by way of news?
I don't know.
Let me find some news a second.
It is more raggedy than normal, and we must apologise to those just listening to the show.
Yeah.
So I need TV. There we go. So this week we've got a lot in the lead up to Twice Upon a Time. Later on we're going to be digesting our usual selection of teasers and hints for the special, that we usually do.
Yeah.
First of all, we got a few interviews. So first of all, Pearl McKee has said a few things about the episode. So do you want to be the interviewer, or do you want to be
I'll be the interviewer, yes. What have we got to look forward to in this episode, Pearl?
There's so much. We've got not one, but 2 TARDISes, and we travel in both of them, which is pretty exciting. We've also got 3 Doctors. That's pretty amazing. Obviously, we've got the current Doctor, who we all know and love, but we've also got the first Doctor, played by David Bradley, who is phenomenal. The current Doctor, who's dying but refusing to regenerate at the start of the story, meets him as a way of dealing with his current struggles. The interaction between those two is great, really funny, but also surprising and very moving in places. And of course, there's also the regeneration, when the 12th Doctor becomes the 13th Doctor. Let's do one more. Yeah.
Well, which one am I doing?
Let's do...
Why should we watch?
Yes. One of the amazing things about Doctor Who is that it's sci-fi, but it has that humanity to it. It has human relationships and interactions with the added excitement of the monsters, the amazing sets, and the wonders of exploring all of time and space. The episode has all of that in a big, accessible adventure for all ages, plus the regeneration.
So what more could you want than that, eh?
Also, we've got a few words from David Bradley. You can choose any of the questions.
Let me see. What's it like playing the first Doctor, David?
From my previous role as Hartnell playing the Doctor, I was already familiar with that way. He would look at someone uneasily, his head tilted back and to one side, with the "do I believe you or not?" Quizzical, searching look that he gives people across his face. And of course his authoritative pose with his hands on his lapels, which makes him feel in charge of things, though of course sometimes he doesn't, because he's a mixture of authority and vulnerability. And together with all the humour, that's where the humanity lies. He's got so many different aspects to his personality, and do with a really short one.
Okay, how would you describe the tone of this episode, David?
I think the message is that there's life, there's hope. Just keep going. Let's do one more interview. Mark Gatiss or Stephen Moffat?
Mark Gatiss, I think.
Okay, so Mark Gatiss. Ooh.
Okay, let's see. What should we ask him? How would you describe the tone of this episode? The same question.
It's very funny and a very lovely story. It's perfect for Christmases. For me, at least, I feel that Christmas is always a mixture of happy and sad. It's Peter's last story, and it's obviously infused with that. But it's a story that takes place out of time, where he has one last adventure before he goes and regenerates into the 13th Doctor. I suppose it's all about that. And go. The 12th Doctor's encounter with the first Doctor is the central part of the story, with all the lessons that he learns from that.
Okay.
Let's hear one thing from Stephen
One thing from the Moff. Okay.
There we go.
What does Twice Upon a Time have in store for us?
There are some new eerie creatures of glass haunting the Doctor and his friends throughout this story. But what their purpose and what their plan is, and what their time-travelling machinations are, is going to be a big surprise to the Doctor.
Cool.
So what do you think these enchanted glass people are?
I think they're going to be something that's captured in time.
How pivotal do you think they shall be to the story?
I think they'll be filler.
Just to bring Mark Gatiss into
they'll be like the Squawk Blitzer or something equivalent that was just a sort of filler sort of thing.
The Caretaker wasn't really a story about the Squawk Blitzer. It was more of a story about, the Doctor and Danny's relationship.
Yeah, and I think this will be very similar. This will be a story about the two Doctors and about regeneration, of which there will be some glass monsters in it.
Yes, perhaps.
That's my thoughts.
Okay.
Any further news?
Find some more news for you. We probably have some sort of news. Oh yes, so Christmas Eve, which is tomorrow for us, and live. Jodie Whittaker is one of BBC Radio 6's Radio 6 Music's three wise women who are taking to the airwaves to bear their gifts, her gifts of wit, wonder, and wisdom. Whittaker will host the programme on Christmas Eve with Beth Ditto taking over on Christmas Day and Sharon Horgan on Boxing Day. Whittaker will look after BBC 6 Music from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. God, that's a long show.
Wow, that's a long one.
Including presenting her very own show, which will feature the music that has inspired her, as well as looking back across the past year and ahead to 2018. That's going to be a very important year for her.
Yeah, it's a brilliant. Well, Radio 6 is great anyway, but it'd be really interesting to hear her and find out a little bit more about her and what sort of music is really important in her life.
The wise women will also be selecting their favourite 6 music programming from the archive, with a mixture of shows from Iggy Pop to The First Time With, and live music to documentaries. BBC Radio 6 Music is available worldwide on the BBC iPlayer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fantastic. No, I like that. That's great. I hadn't realised she was doing that.
Very good. Some very exciting stuff here. Well, no, she must be associated with BBC Radio 6 Music a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
So big news here for those who have been really anticipating this, and this may surprise you that people have been really looking forward to this. The Series 9 soundtrack is finally coming in 2018, and trust me, a lot of our listeners will be really pleased by this news.
Yeah.
So Silver Screen Records has announced that the soundtrack release of Murray Gold's music from Doctor Who Series 9 will be released early in 2018. The long-awaited release will be a 4-disc set. Disc 1 will contain cues from The Magician's Apprentice, The Witch's Familiar, Under the Lake, Before the Flood, The Girl Who Died, and The Woman Who Lived. Disc 2 will contain cues from The Zygon Invasion, The Zygon Inversion, Sleep No More, Boo, Face the Raven, and Tell Bent. Disc 3 will contain the score from the series' standout episode, Heaven Sent. Disc 4 will contain the score to the 2015 Christmas special, The Husbands of River Song.
So they wedge most of it in onto 2 discs, and then Heaven Sent gets its own special recording.
The other episodes must feel bad.
Yeah.
As with the Series 8 release, the first run of CDs will contain an additional booklet containing Stuart Manning's retro poster designs for each episode.
Fantastic.
Just meanwhile, the Access All Areas Doctor Who special, which I haven't listened to as of yet.
Yeah.
But that's available on BBC Radio 6 iPlayer right now. No, BBC Radio 2 iPlayer
what
right
is it?
now. So, Joe Wiley was catching up with the Doctor Who Christmas special.
Remember I remember that. Yeah.
That radio programme, if you're unsure.
Yeah.
She goes behind the scenes of the Christmas special. It features an interview with Peter Capaldi as he filmed his final appearance as the 12th Doctor. It also features interviews from the stars of the set, Pearl McKee and David Bradley, and Stephen Moffat also is interviewed in there. Plus she hears from Matt Lucas, and she digs into the BBC Doctor Who archive.
Ooh, fantastic.
Plus, here we go, here's a little Christmas game for you. Which member of the team has a penchant for Chaz and Dave?
Oh, I reckon that'd be Mark Gatiss. Does that count?
It's not Mark Gatiss, but it would count.
Who is it then?
It's Peter Capaldi.
Really?
Peter Capaldi has a penchant for Chaz and Dave, who, I don't know, would any of our listeners know who Chaz and Dave are?
Some of them may.
Some of them may, yeah.
The Cockneys amongst you?
Yes.
Any further news?
There is.
Wow, it's a bumper news day. I didn't think there'd be much today.
BBC Worldwide Americas has released a new Doctor Who effect for Facebook camera effects platform, giving users the ability to experience regeneration for the first time using augmented reality.
Ooh.
Users can access the effect created by VFX studio The Mill through the Facebook app's camera feature, just days before the on-screen metamorphosis of 12th Doctor Peter Capaldi into 13th Doctor Jodie Whittaker during the 2017 Christmas special, Twice Upon a Time.
Okay, and here we are. We're going to have a go at it right now. Let's see. Doctor Who. Do we need to?
You need to turn it to the
that way.
Selfie feature.
Selfie mode. Right. So
it might just be one person.
Oh. That's what's going on there. Let's do. Oh, there we go. There. Oh. Yay! It's a regeneration. Well done.
Not really. It's meant to look more like that. Not with the TARDIS in the actual.
And you got TARDIS at an angle. In fact, we've taken out the wheel.
Take another one. So what you have to do, I believe, is you actually have to put it on one person. So okay. I'll let you do. Oh.
Okay, who can do it? So.
There we go. Regenerating. Yeah. You can't see that on. Sorry.
I think it's done. Right, next. Yeah, that's brilliant, isn't it? I love that.
You can see that, so it's thrilling for those people at home.
Yeah, no, indeed. But they got to hear the sound effects, which is quite.
They did, yeah. You can do it now if you've got Facebook. I don't know what actually happens on them.
I don't know whether that posted that to my Facebook or not, but there we have it. Yeah, interesting. Yeah. I like it.
Everyone using the effect will experience the excitement of a regeneration firsthand as they are enveloped in the distinctive golden glow that accompanies the unique process, which allows an alien Time Lord to change into a new body. Users can be part of this iconic moment that has accompanied each Doctor's regeneration since the BBC series began in 1963. The Doctor Who camera effect is available for worldwide, and users can share their experience with friends via Facebook stories, posting it on their Facebook page elsewhere.
Yeah. So I want one which does the effect of different Doctors' regenerations.
Yeah, the Watcher comes.
The Watcher comes in. Yeah, that'd be good.
That'd be great.
That'd be good. Or you get that sort of weird pixie type guy.
Yes.
Doing that in the background. That's what happened with Jon Pertwee's era. Okay. Any further news?
Yeah. One last bit of news is that there's a Roger Delgado biography coming out.
Ooh.
So Phantom Publishing has announced it is to publish I Am Usually Referred to as the Master, which is a great title for a biography. The first ever biography of Roger Delgado, best known to millions as the original Master in Doctor Who. Before joining Doctor Who, Delgado was a highly in-demand actor, appearing in such shows as The Saint, The Avengers, and Quatermass 2. Amongst many others, and making an appearance in the Hammer horror film franchise. He died aged only 55, but left a legacy of work for fans to continue enjoying. Oh my god. Roger Delgado's biography is now available in hardback, priced £19.99, exclusively from Phantom Publishing. Until its trade publication in 2018. So there we go. Roger Delgado's I'm usually referred to as the Master, which is fantastic, and it's out currently.
Is that all the news?
Well, we need it for the thing.
The
preview with the hints and teasers.
Okay, yeah. We'll do that too. So in that case, I will do a quick jingle. There is a chance the thing will come off, but jingle. So we're going to go into
We're going to go into our preview for this year's Christmas special, Twice Upon a Time. So Peter Capaldi's final episode of Doctor Who is finally, sadly, upon us, and we've got a special preview for the episode coming up for you guys to enjoy in this very show. So Twice Upon a Time, we've got a synopsis first of all.
Okay.
So it's the magical final chapter of the 12th Doctor's journey, which sees the Time Lord team up with his former self, the first ever Doctor David Bradley, and the returning Bill Potts, Pearl McKee, for one last adventure. Two Doctors stranded in an Arctic snowscape, refusing to face regeneration. Enchanted glass people stealing their victims from frozen time. And a World War I captain destined to die on the battlefield, but taken from the trenches to play his part in the Doctor's story. An uplifting new tale about the power of hope in...
battery failure. Right, give me a second.
Battery failure. This is why going live does not work usually.
What site are we going to?
Doctor TV, please.
Okay.
Because that is great.
Yeah.
It's not our site, but you know, it's a great site.
Doctor Who. You're filling time.
I'm just filling time so that it's not so boring.
Yeah.
Because if it was boring, people would stop watching the show. So we better go into the actual synopsis, which I was just reading.
Yeah, you've got about partway through the synopsis, haven't you?
Yes. Oh no. No. No.
What's the matter?
There we go.
Yeah. Yay.
Yay. Got where I got to. An uplifting new tale about the power of hope in humanity's darkest hours. Twice Upon a Time marks the end of an era, but as the Doctor must face his past to decide his future, his journey is only just beginning. Twice Upon a Time is written by Stephen Moffat, directed by Rachel Tallahay, and executive produced by Brian Minchin. The 60-minute special guest stars Mark Gatiss as the Captain and Nikki Amuka Bird as the voice of the Glass Woman, and we'll see Peter Capaldi's Doctor regenerate into the 13th Doctor, played by Jodie Whittaker.
Fantastic. Good.
Brilliant. So let's talk a bit about Twice Upon a Time. What are you expecting in quality?
Okay, I would imagine that Stephen Moffat is going to want to go out on a high.
Yeah.
So I imagine he's going to be throwing everything at it.
Like all the regeneration episodes, I'm sure there's going to be a lot that's going to bug us.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be quite a good quality episode.
I imagine it's one of those ones that it'll probably bug you more on repeated viewings than the first time round.
We'll probably really enjoy it the first time round.
Yeah, no, indeed. I'd imagine so. I'm really looking forward to seeing David Bradley again because
Me too.
I like him anyway as an actor, and he just played the part so well previously.
I think he'll be really good as the Doctor.
Yeah.
And I think he captures all of those mannerisms. You sort of think, is that William Hartnell?
Yeah,
no,
that's right.
It's not, obviously, but
yeah, definitely.
It's really great. So yeah, we've got our preview today.
Yeah.
And as always with our previews, we shared a number of teasers for Twice Upon a Time.
Ooh, okay.
Do you like these?
I do, yeah. They didn't make an ounce of sense, do they?
No, they don't.
They're always completely insane. But...
Yeah. So we've got 10 teasers to start with. The episode starts with perhaps the most epic previously on Doctor Who in, 705 episodes. The prevailing fan theory about this episode, about how this episode fits into continuity, which in fairness has been confirmed by the BBC's marketing campaign, is correct. However,
what do we mean by that, do you think? Do you think that's how it all fits in with the Day of the Doctor?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be. However, the prevailing fan theory as to whom Mark Gatiss is actually playing is not correct. Any hopes of this episode recreating the missing parts of the first Doctor's final serial, The 10th Planet, should be laid to rest. Ben and Polly barely cameo in the episode's teaser. We see the final scene from The Doctor Falls. This Doctor at another person's vantage point.
Well, it'll be Bill or Clara.
Yeah.
Clara, probably.
Yeah.
Probably Clara when she was trying to look after the first Doctor.
We'll talk through all of these in a sec. There is a clever in-narrative explanation for why David Bradley looks slightly different than William Hartnell. Well, it's all those years are bigger on the inside. You try sucking your tummy in that long. For those who care, guest actors Gatiss and Bradley are listed after Capaldi and Mackie in the otherwise unmodified opening title sequence, with Bradley taking the more prestigious final and David Bradley position. There is something I should like to say. I do not have the slightest desire to kill you. Talk about a few of these. So the episode starts with perhaps the most epic previously on Doctor Who in 705 episodes. Do you think this is the 10th planet?
Could be, actually, yeah. Yeah, maybe. I wonder if so. I wonder if they will use the old footage or whether they will have refilmed stuff.
I think they're going to do a bit of both in this episode.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, they did it to great effect, didn't they, in Day of the Doctor, when they had the opening sequence with the policeman walking along.
Yeah.
That's a Trotters Lane.
That was great.
That worked really, really well. So potentially they could go for something like that, I guess.
The prevailing fan theory as to whom Mark Gatiss is actually playing is not correct. What do you think that means?
Who were people thinking he was?
Well, there were rumours that it could be the creator of the Time Machine, the Brigadier's father, or the not the creator of the Time Machine, the creators of the Blue Box, the police box.
Oh yeah.
Or Hitler.
Okay, yeah. So none of them seem to be right then. Probably so I think he's just going to be a guy that haven't. I don't think he's going to be anyone special. I hope not. I'd rather he wasn't anyone special, wouldn't you?
Yes.
I'd rather he's just a soldier that's destined to die.
I would agree.
Yeah.
So yeah, this
could be Paul McCartney.
It could be, yeah.
From the Pipes of Peace video.
It could be. Yet another person's vantage point. We thought that was Bill or Clara.
It's gonna be Bill or Clara, I reckon.
Do you think Clara will be back?
I'm sure Clara will be back. Yeah, I think it'll be in a very small part. I hope so. I'm still, by the sound of it, Bill's going to play quite a major part in it, which I think is a bit disappointing. But again, I don't mean that. I really liked Paul McKee.
Yeah.
And the way she played. But I don't know. I'd just rather it was just she wasn't really.
There is a clever and narrative explanation for why David Bradley looks slightly different than William Hartnell.
Yeah.
Yep, that's interesting.
Dad. Yeah.
Yeah. So got how many more do we have? I swear we had. Let me just get to. Yeah, sets of teasers.
Two more? They usually do 10, don't they?
They do.
So you got 30 teasers?
Yes.
Okay.
They usually do 20, to be honest. The best moment of continuity, the first Doctor's response to the 12th Doctor's line, and it is protected. Second funniest line, have I been burgled? Always remember where you parked. It's going to come up a lot. That's not the just advice to the first Doctor, but to the audience as well. Most perfectly written line. What do you mean, one?
Yeah, I love that. That's the one they showed that one. In there. I love that.
Yeah. A feature of the TARDIS, first introduced exactly 2 years ago, reappears. Nurse Who in italics. We find out what was Polly's apparent role on the TARDIS. The first Doctor is referred to by several names, including one more befitting John Hurt's incarnation, a nickname that itself gets redefined. Sadly, it's not Susan, but it is still the episode's most affecting moment. So let's go through a few of these. A feature of the TARDIS first introduced exactly 2 years ago reappears, which exactly 2 years ago, that was the first Doctor's TARDIS that appeared. Oh, no, feature. Husbands of River Song, I'm thinking.
Okay.
So probably the wine thing.
The thing is no, isn't it? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
On the TARDIS, I was immediately thinking there was going to be a reference to these things with their heads split open, but it's on the TARDIS, aren't
they? 2 in italics, is it?
Don't know.
It's got Doctor Who crossed out.
Yeah. Okay.
We find out what Polly's apparent role was on the TARDIS, which I'm guessing is something like doing the cleaning.
Yeah.
Which I believe it is. Sadly, it's not Susan, but it is still the episode's most affecting moment. What do you think that means? Or do you think it could be one of the first Doctor's companions?
No, I think it's going to be Clara.
Okay.
It'd be an Amy type moment from the time of the Doctor.
But it's apparently before the regeneration.
Okay.
A moment.
Yeah.
That will be the affecting moment.
Okay.
So we've got bonus teasers here.
Ooh.
All 13. No, this does not refer to what you think it does. To be fair, they cut out all the jokes. With that's a quote. Bawdiest line. What's browser history? Can we just pretend that never happened? Of the many dangling plot threads Moffat had from which to pick, this is the last I expected him to revisit. Bad Wolf. Best in joke that everyone will miss. The Doctor admits to only pretending to like the rug Bill gave him in the pilot. And why will everyone miss that in joke? Let's just say that was offensive. There's a quote from British philosopher and mathematician Bertrand Russell. And Moffat adds one final twist to the Doctor's real name. So a few of those, all 13, no, that does not refer to what you think it does. What do you think it does refer to?
So it's presumably not referring to the Day of Dr. Bits, the facts that will go unresolved. Be talking about regenerations, I reckon.
Okay. Of the many dangling plot threads Moffat had from which to pick, this was the last I expected him to revisit.
Maybe we're going to find out a bit about Clara's boyfriend.
What do you mean?
The old, I've forgotten his name now, Danny Pink's, the one that we thought might be an older Danny Pink or something, or their son. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or Gus.
Yeah.
Moffat adds one final twist to the what's the Doctor's real name debate.
Don't care.
Don't you?
No.
No.
Getting bored of that bit. It's just, it doesn't really matter. We don't really care about it.
Yes. So we've got to discuss a few more things about Twice Upon a Time. So is there anything else you'd like to discuss on the episode?
No, I don't think so. I think I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
I'm really looking forward to it.
I mean, I should be watching live this week, but we will give our review to the episode next week on the show.
Yeah.
Which should be fantastic.
Sounds good.
Next up, we haven't got jingles, I'm afraid, for today, do we?
Do we have jingles? I don't think so. I'm not right now, so I can't find them. But yeah, I will find them by the end.
Okay, so we don't have jingles. Yeah, we don't have jingles. We'll sing the jingles because it's Christmas.
Yeah.
And today, talking of Christmas, we shall be, for our main feature on the show today, we shall be discussing some of the best and worst Christmas specials, plus all things to do with Doctor Who at the festive period. So let's do this. So today in our main feature, yep, that's more like it. Today is our main feature. We shall be discussing all things Doctor Who and Christmas.
Okay.
So all things about of Doctor Who at Christmas, and you haven't seen all of them.
Nope.
So I should maybe give my ranking if I can think of them from my head.
Are we doing this in the style of Too Good, Too Bad?
We should probably do it in the style of Too Good, Too Bad.
Okay.
Christmas specials.
Oh, okay. But I'm sure I can think of one.
Yeah, of course. I think you could.
Yeah. Okay.
Go on, then.
We're doing that right now?
Yeah.
So, that big question. The question that everybody wants to ask.
Too Good, Too Bad? What is that?
So, Too Good, Too Bad is where we look at two good things about a given subject. We consider two bad things about a given subject. One apiece. Because some things are too good and some things are too bad.
Some things are too good and some things are too bad.
So, too good.
So,
you gonna kick it off?
Yeah, I shall do. Good. I would have to say Last Christmas. I like Last Christmas quite a bit.
What is it? What makes that your favourite one?
I don't know. I just love the mixture of, you know, it's got a decent amount of Christmas merriment, whilst not getting in the way of what is, I believe, a wonderful story.
How can you say that when essentially the main character, other than the Doctor, is Santa Claus? How can Santa Claus not get in the way?
Because it's Santa and
yeah, I mean it's really good the way they've done it. Actually, to be fair, because I thought that was going to be a really silly episode.
It was very good because they left it open, didn't they?
Yeah.
With the sort of whether Santa was actually there or not, because you didn't know whether he was actually in the dream or whether he was actually there at some point inside of the story. And I liked how they did that.
When you think about it, there's twice in that series they did that. They did it with Santa Claus and they also did it with Robin Hood.
They did, yeah.
So,
but he was actually there in that episode.
Yeah.
Robin Hood. But I think it's got quite a good guest cast and I really enjoyed it. I think it's a very enjoyable episode. Peter Capaldi's great, as always. And yeah, it's very emotional whilst being very fun and dark.
Sounds good.
Fitting with the sort of themes of that series and everything. And
yeah,
I like the whole Gallifrey thing as well, with the Doctor lying about finding Gallifrey and everything.
I really like that. Actually, my favourite scene in the whole thing is the final scene, when they're both lying to each other.
What? Oh, Death in Heaven, do you mean?
Was that Death in Heaven?
That's Death in Heaven.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, ignore my comment at all.
It is Death in Heaven.
It followed on from that, didn't it?
Yeah. Okay. What's your good?
Okay, well, mine is also a Peter Capaldi one.
Is it indeed?
Yeah, and it'll probably be a surprise to most, because I don't think it's the majority of people's favourites.
It's not a popular one.
But my particular favourite Christmas episode is Dr. Mysterio.
Okay.
Or to give it its full title, The Return of Dr. Mysterio.
You never give it its full title, do you?
To give it its full title, full title, Doctor Who, The Return of Dr. Mysterio. True.
Or as Titan, graphic, like the, what are they called? Oh my god, I forgot the names of them. Target.
Yeah.
Target novels would say Doctor Who and The Return of Dr. Mysterio.
Yes, it would, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
So, I just found this to be everything that you really want on a Christmas
I haven't watched this one yet. That's what I thought about Husbands of River Song, though. I thought it's just all you need.
Yeah, but I think this one even more so, because it did exactly what they intended it to do, which is it presented us with the sort of Christmas blockbuster.
Yeah.
In the old days, you'd always get something like Superman or Spider-Man or something like that on Christmas Day. Really good fun family entertainment.
Yeah.
Again, proving the diversity of Peter Capaldi's acting abilities. Switching to comedy.
A really good ending sort of monologue.
Yeah, it does.
Everything ends thing.
Yeah. It was also a real welcome introduction to Nardo. Yeah, yes. I was thinking of Nando's.
Were you?
Yeah, Nardo. Nardole. Because he was really irritating in the previous Christmas one.
Was. I was watching it last night thinking, why is, now I know why they brought him back. You know, it's the first Christmas special where I knew, he was so good.
Yeah. So I really love that about Dr. Mysterio. I loved, I like all the superhero stuff anyway. And it did it really well because it didn't try and be like a modern day superhero. It tried to be like the old Batman, the old Superman. Yeah. And it did it so well.
I did enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to rewatching it this year.
It was a perfect length as well. It was really well timed.
Yeah.
Didn't have any of the timing issues that we associate with Doctor Who more generally in recent years.
And the Harmony Shoal were back.
Who was?
The Harmony Shoal.
What's that again? Oh, that's the creatures with the head things. Yeah, I was wondering whether we'd see them again at some point, but
probably in the Christmas special.
Yeah, maybe.
Bads then. I think I'm going to get one out of the way now. It's my second least favourite one because there is one which you have to say is the least favourite, but I'm going to leave that to Decool because he hasn't seen them all. I'm going to say The Runaway Bride.
Okay. I'm sure if I'd seen it, I probably would as well, just for the Donna factor.
It's an episode I skipped this year because last year it just really annoyed me, and I had a few years of just quite enjoying it. It was never one of my favourites, but I always quite enjoyed it. But last year it just hit me that it's just not a very good episode. In comparing it to all of the other specials, perhaps bar one or two of them, it was just really quite rubbish. And this was mainly because of the annoyingness of Catherine Tate's Donna in this story. And Decool, if you think you've seen Donna at her most annoying, wait until you see The Runaway Bride.
Oh, I hope never to watch it.
Because, next year I will fix the randomizer, or if we just do it anyway, next year we shall watch it.
We will have another Christmas episode in the randomizer next year.
We shall do, and it shall be The Runaway Bride. Cuz.
Mine, it's not even that I dislike it really. No, do you know? I'm not going to go for the obvious one.
Sorry?
I'm not going to go for the obvious one. You? I'm going to go for the Next Doctor.
Oh, are you? Yeah.
Mainly because I actually really like 3/4 of the Next Doctor. But the last quarter, I think it's awful.
Yeah.
The bit with the big Cyberman and everything, it just is really OTT, and I don't like it one bit.
Yeah, no, I was rewatching it the other day. And
yeah. There's lots of really irritating tenantisms in it.
Yes.
He's foppish.
Yes.
And it's just a shame because to me it starts off so promisingly.
I mean, Doctor, the Widow and the Wardrobe.
That was the other one, wasn't it? Which I sort of I didn't
mind
it, actually.
It's okay, but compared to the other ones, apart from Runaway Bride and maybe A Christmas Carol, it's not that great.
No, I know people generally don't like.
It's not as bad as people say it is. No, it's not like one of the worst stories of all time.
No, it's got some really throwaway guest appearances. So you've got like comedian guy
Alexander Armstrong. No, Bill Bailey.
Bill Bailey. He's great. Bill Bailey is fantastic.
Yeah.
And he would be fantastic in Doctor Who, but he gets a really pointless role, which isn't really that pivotal to the whole story.
I know, that is really annoying.
Yeah.
Doctor Who just does that with its guest cast sometimes.
Yeah, that's right. You might as well have cast Ralph Little into it.
Yeah, you might as well.
For the little that you did.
We did that.
I think that was really good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was worthy of coming out of a Christmas cracker. That was the greatest fake laugh ever.
We should do a Doctor Who Christmas cracker thing.
Yeah.
Oh, Thin Ice. Thin in its quality because it's so good.
So, anything else to comment on Christmas specials?
Can I rank the Christmas specials?
Yeah, you rank them. I won't bother because I haven't seen you.
I'm gonna go from top to bottom because that's easier. So I'm gonna say Last Christmas, The Snowman, Husbands of River Song, Return of Dr. Mysterio, The End of Time, The Christmas Invasion, Voyage of the Damned, Time of the Doctor, I think the next Doctor, A Christmas Carol, the next Doctor, what's it called? Runaway Bride, Doctor, the Widow and the Wardrobe.
Okay.
Yeah. No, Doctor, the Widow and the Wardrobe, Runaway Bride.
Runaway Bride is the worst one.
Runaway Bride. Okay. Runaway Bride is the worst one. What do you think should happen in the future for Christmas episodes?
Well, they're running a bit short on what they could have come into it. So we've had Santa Claus, we've had snowmen, we've had elves, what
we haven't had killer roast puddings yet.
No, that's what
roast,
we've got,
turkeys or something.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll continue Christmas specials?
Yeah, I think they will.
They're popular, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they will.
I think they'd be missing a trick if they didn't.
Yeah, that's it. But I don't think it necessarily has to have a Christmas theme in the same way.
I think it should have a slight sort of "Someone a Merry Christmas." And that's sort of it.
Maybe.
Really. That's all you need. Or some snow. You need snow in the episode to make it warrant the name of a Christmas special. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that wrap up our discussion?
It does. Let's move on to our review of the Time the Doctor. I got confused then. I thought it was either Twice Upon a Time or The 10th Planet that we were watching this week. But I was in between the weeks there.
Yeah.
So, Decool, so last week, we picked out, a little while ago, we picked out a random Doctor Who Christmas special for us to sit down and endure. And that Christmas special was the last Regeneration episode, because we're almost at another Regeneration episode. We picked the final The previous Regeneration story, which was The Time of the Doctor, which we thought would be fun to sit down and rewatch, give a second opinion on it, and complete the randomizer for recent Christmas specials. Yep. So, Decals, could you supply us with a little synopsis, please?
I certainly can. So we've got kicks off with loads of aliens orbiting an unknown planet. There's a message that's being beamed out, which nobody seems to be able to translate. The Doctor's also drawn to the planet, and he's using a modified Cyberman head, which he's nicknamed Handles because of the cyber handles. And what's that mean?
It's the signal.
Oh, okay. And Handles tells him that the planet is named Gallifrey. Now, obviously, the Doctor's really confused by this because he knows that in the previous episode of Day of the Doctor, he'd hidden Gallifrey away so that nobody could see it. The Doctor zooms off in the TARDIS to get Clara, who's having a Christmas dinner with her family. He appears in the nude.
Yeah.
The reason he appears in the nude is it's basically a cheap joke, really, isn't it?
Yes.
But there is a reason for it. It's because he's actually using he was on his way to
the Papal Mainframe.
The Papal Mainframe, which is a space church.
Yeah.
And you've got to appear in the nude there.
You do.
So he uses a sort of a camouflage thing.
Yeah.
To put clothes on, but obviously the rest of Clara's family can't see it, so it looks like her ditto boyfriend turns up all nudie.
Ooh, very Swedish, apparently. Or at least they think so.
So, Papal Mainframe is governed by Mother Superior Tasha Lem.
Yeah. And
basically, she's set up this force field surrounding the planet to prevent all of those aliens that are nearby from landing. And she basically gives the Doctor the opportunity to go and explore and work out what the message is. Now, they discover this human settlement, and it's a town called Christmas, and there's a truth field around it, which means that people are not able to lie. The Doctor soon finds this crack, the crack, which we'd seen throughout Series 7.
Yeah, Series 5.
Series 5. Oh, yeah, it was, wasn't it? Series 5, you're right. It's further back than I was thinking. And they soon realise that there's a message coming through from the Time Lords, and they want the Doctor to reveal his real name so they know it's him, so that he can come in and release them from this other universe, this parallel universe. But obviously the big problem is the Doctor doesn't want to do that. It's more the Church doesn't want the Doctor to do that, because if he does, immediately we'll kick off a big war with everyone trying to destroy the Time Lords. I think that's probably all I need to really mention. I think it is,
yes.
So, what do you think of this?
I think it's a story which has a lot of problems, but other than those problems, I quite like it.
Yeah.
It's one of those stories, isn't it, where a lot could go wrong. It's quite overambitious, and that annoys me at points. It's got some great things about it. We have a great regeneration sequence. There are some great moments and things in it and about it. So it's wonderful to see some of the sort of stories wrapped up from his era, like The Silence and the Crack, and resolved finally. And it's lovely to have some of those things finally wrapped up. However, there is a lot that is wrong about the episode.
Yeah, there certainly is. I'd agree with that. I really enjoyed watching it. It's only the second time I've watched it, actually.
Really?
So last time I watched it was when we said farewell to Matt Smith, which I think I watched live. I think I watched it live on Christmas Day.
Did you? I didn't.
No. So I saw the demise of Matt Smith before Yao.
I will see the first ever I've never watched a Regeneration episode live before.
Wowza. Wow. We want to look forward for tomorrow, 2 days' time.
Yeah.
So there is a lot wrong with it. But there's a lot that they get right as well.
There is.
But we can probably explain all of this better by asking that question.
Well, it's not really a question, it's more of a statement.
Too good, too bad, where we consider two good things about Time of the Doctor, two bad things about Time with the Doctor, one apiece, because some things about Time with the Doctor are too good and some things are too bad.
They are indeed.
So too good.
Okay, I'm going to say the actual regeneration between Matt Smith and Peter Capaldi. Okay. I think it's a rather unique regeneration from all of the others. It doesn't have the big, like the Dave Tennant's regeneration and like Peter Capaldi's to Jodie Whittaker's, or at least as we've seen for the trailers. We haven't got the big epic TARDIS destroyed by massive glow of orange energy, which is what the regeneration is now known as. And I think it's really great to have a slightly different take on the regeneration with a really quick regeneration, which was very different than Dave Tennant's, which was overly epic. And I think we get a great sequence at the end with Peter Capaldi, which shows off the madness of the role and what Peter Capaldi's going to give and how he fits into the role, which is what you need with the Doctor's first sequence and what we need with Jodie's first scene later on in the week.
I love the way they introduced Capaldi. Me too. Because his face is just really manic. It's quite scary when he first comes in. And you think, poor Clara. She's gone from this, sort of handsome-ish, albeit weird-looking bloke, but young, to Capaldi.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, no, that's a good one.
You're good.
My good. I was going to say the same as you actually, because I really like the regeneration scene. I think I'm gonna go for. I like the fact that in the Christmas special, it's got limited links to Christmas, but I really like the idea of the town called Christmas.
Yeah.
I really like the look of that. It's a really beautiful one. There's the moment when they're looking out and they see the sunrise in the morning and things like that. It's really, really beautiful.
Yeah.
I like the idea, albeit that it's not. I hadn't picked this up when I watched it the first time. I hadn't picked up that the truth field was actually set by the Time Lords.
I didn't pick that up either. No, to be honest.
I mean, like
I picked up just then, but
I figured it was more something that the town had, just because it was all such a nice place.
I would agree.
But so I'm going to go for my favourite thing. My good about Time of the Doctor is Christmas.
It is a Christmas special.
Yeah. Too bad.
I think my bad would have to be the annoying thing about the story, which is that it's overly rushed. Yep. Now, we don't get a good enough sort of wrap up here because it's so rushed, it's cramming so much in, and whilst it does solve quite a lot of really things in an extremely fantastic way, it also crams a lot into the time that we have, and I wish it could have been an extended hour and 30 or whatever, hour and 15, whatever. However, they'd already made Day of the Doctor, so there probably wasn't a chance of them having time to do said hour and a half.
Yeah, no, I think so. I think my bad, two things spring to mind. I understand they've got this whole idea of all of the different monsters turning up there. So you've got the Daleks, the Cybermen, you've got the Weeping Angels, but you've got the Sontarans, who are completely belittled yet again.
Once again, yeah.
Yeah. In Moffat's era, we seem to have turned the Sontaran into a laughingstock.
It's really annoying.
Yeah.
I like Strax, but we've mentioned this on so many occasions. I love Strax, however, he ruins the Sontarans, and I don't like that.
So, but however annoying I think it is that they get the Daleks, the Cybermen, the Sontarans, the Weeping Angels in, I'm not going to choose that. I'm going to select instead, and again, something which I've touched on many, many occasions in our criticisms, the whole companions fancying the Doctor thing. The fact that when the truth thing kicks in, Clara says, and I follow him around because I fancy him, or something like that.
Yeah.
Pretty much that. And then the whole, I actually like Tasha Lem as a character, but the whole flirtatious thing going on between the Doctor and her, I find a little bit irritating.
Why I don't like her.
And it's, I don't know.
She just flirts with him. She's like way too old.
Yeah.
For him.
But then again, so is he. So maybe they both look, they're both young, but look old, but are young. No,
yeah,
the other way around. I don't know. You know what I mean?
With a song, I suppose.
Yeah, so I have a problem with all that flirtatious stuff.
Me too. But we always have a problem with that. What do you think of Matt Smith in the episode?
I think he's okay. I think Matt at times is a bit hammy.
Yes.
Full stop in his era of Doctor Who. He hams it up sometimes, but I think that was part of his character, really.
Yeah, and Jenna Coleman.
Yeah, she's a good companion, I think.
At this stage.
Yeah, I think she was the way too. I think she was I think actually some of her best performances were in the last series that she was in, but I just think
Jenna Coleman was good, but Clara wasn't. I'm just going to say that.
I didn't really have that much of a problem. I think she overstayed a welcome, but I think that was. I think that was only the case because they kept having fake endings with her.
Yeah.
If they hadn't had the fake endings, then I think it was fine of staying in it that long.
Probably. I still think it was too long.
Yeah. Other things that you like to dislike? I like candles.
Yeah, I like candles too. Candles is good. As you said, I don't like them cramming in all of the monsters. Weeping Angels, what do you think about their appearance?
They're pointless.
Yeah, I know.
They've done it a lot. Moffat does a lot.
It's the only time when they do it with the Weeping Angels, I think. Isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Did he do that? Because I mean, Moffat did it quite a lot in his era, really. If you think about the whole Big Bang one.
Oh, Hell Bent as well.
Oh yeah, Hell Bent. I mean, yeah. So Hell Bent, that ends the series one. You then had all of the monsters coming down to Stonehenge in whatever one that was.
Pandora Correct.
Yeah. So we've seen it quite a lot. Yeah.
It's annoying.
Yeah. Other things I dislike or like about it. I sort of like, although I've moaned about all the monsters coming in it, the beginning sequence is actually quite good and it's very Christmassy.
It is, yeah.
I think the whole thing with the Doctor turning up as Clara's boyfriend is quite funny. I think the nakedy bit is a bit pointless. Didn't really need to be there. It was just for a cheap joke, really.
Yes.
All in all, it's by no means my favourite regeneration story.
No, definitely.
But least favourite. But I really like the regeneration itself. I'll tell you what, though, I don't like the bit when the Daleks are destroyed really weakly, I think. I think the whole... It's great that the Time Lords give the Doctor the extra regenerations. That's really well written. But then when those regenerations are used, or the regeneration blasts all the Daleks to pieces and stuff like that.
I personally prefer End of Time.
As an episode.
But there's much more that annoys me about End of Time.
Yeah.
So I could do a whole podcast on what annoys me about End of Time.
Yeah. We're perhaps going to do that next week, folks.
Yes, perhaps. So, scores on the doors?
Scores on the doors, okay.
Monsters?
Which ones to choose from? Too many, and I think
Not really a proper monster.
No, I'm going to give it 7 for that. There's a lot of monsters in it, but don't really get to witness them in their full
pace.
It's far too fast. I'm going to give it a 6 for pace because it's actually really bad.
Yeah, pace. It is. Excitement.
It's quite exciting. I'll probably give it 8.
Okay.
It's a really good story. I might give it an 8 for story as well.
Okay, and what's the other score?
And the actual just final score, isn't it?
No, we have one more.
Threat.
Yes, threat.
Threat. Okay, I guess you could say it's a really high threat. I don't think the threat's really played out to as strong as it could be. I'm going to give it a 7 for threat.
Okay, so that equals to 36 out of 50.
Okay.
What would you give it as a whole?
I think I'm going to give it a solid 8.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 7.6 pops into my head, but I'm going to go with 7.8.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might sort of sense check because we've not got the randomizer with our other scores, so I'm not sure how that compares to others. So I may adjust that up or down a little bit when I look at it in comparison to the others.
And we'll inform you on that in quite a few weeks.
Yes, indeed. We're a little bit at the moment. We're in between studios, aren't we? So which is why we've been one of the reasons why we've been sort of jumping around with YouTube versions rather than the normal version. But it also means we haven't got things like the randomizer up in front of us.
But we don't need that this week.
No, we don't.
We need it next week, but.
So that brings us to the end of the show, doesn't it? Yes, it does. What do we have on next week's show?
Next week, on episode 244, we are going to be reviewing Twice Upon a Time.
Ooh.
Woohoo! It's finally here. And we'll be giving our opinions on Peter Capaldi's final story right here.
We'll also be giving just having a little bit of a look back on what 2017 has given us in terms of Who.
And it's been quite a busy year, and we'll do our annual top 20 things that have happened in the year, I believe.
Are we? Okay.
We shall be discussing the latest news and views.
And we'll be doing anything else, or is that about wrapping up?
Randomizer.
But yeah, we will be bringing the randomizer back. You're right.
Yeah, it's the return of the magic randomizer.
Will return.
Yeah, fantastic. The return of the magic randomizer. Until then.
Yeah, how can people get hold of us?
So you can get hold of us at Twitter at drwho time unspace.
You can also tweet us on Too Good Too Bad, because everybody loves that.
You can also get us at our YouTube channel at Missless Moon, our website at misslessmoonadventures.weebly.com, and you can get us at Podomatic, at Doctor Who Time and Space, iTunes, and the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.
So there's one last thing to say, which is a happy Christmas from us here at Doctor Who Time and Space.
Merry Christmas, and have a really good one on us. Remember, the Doctor Who Christmas special is on from 5:30 p.m. on Christmas Day.
If you're in the UK,
if you're in the UK, but it's on at 9/8C, I believe. Or 7/8C in the United States, one of the two.
So you better look, folks. You don't want to miss it.
Yeah, and in other times. So thank you for tuning in. We hope you have a wonderful Christmas, and we will see you next week for a review of Twice Upon a Time, and we'll look forward to seeing you then. So until next time, we will see you next time, same space. Merry Christmas.